welcome back to Seconds with Silk. I'm John Silkauskas, and I'm glad that you're watching today. Today I want to talk to you about the power of goal setting. I want to share a story with you. The graduating class of Yale of 1953, only 3% of them set goals. 20 years later, they have a 20-year reunion, and that same graduating class of 1953 out of Yale, those 3% who set goals created and made more wealth than the rest of the 97%. To me, that's absolutely insane, but I get it. Why? Because the power of goal setting, when you and I set goals, it actually is like a magnet, and it attracts our dreams, it attracts our visions to come true. It's just a magnetic force. When you wake up and you have a vision and you have goals that you're wanting to accomplish each day, it's going to actually give you energy. It's going to motivate you. What it's going to do is it's going to crystallize your thinking and help you accomplish the things that you're wanting to accomplish. So the power of goal setting is insane. Remember, if you remember from last week, a goal is something that has to be written down and it has to be measurable by a certain time frame. I shared about John F. Kennedy. He said in 1961, by 1970, we're going to put a man on the moon. Sure enough, 1969, a man was on the moon. So there is something about goal setting, by putting a date out there and actually having a desire, a vision, and a goal of what you're wanting to accomplish by a certain time. It has a power to really, it's almost like fast forward and bring it into the present. Take the future and bring it into the present. And so I also want to share about several reasons why we don't set goals. It's easy to share about the power of goal setting, but the truth is sometimes we're just afraid. Sometimes there's a fear of failure. I don't know how to set goals. If I do, what if I don't accomplish them? I'm going to feel like a failure. You can feel like you lost. There's some kind of rejection sometimes tied in with that, but it's just a valid fear. Second is there's a false assumption that it's going to take a lot of time. The truth is it really doesn't take a lot of time. It's going to take more of your time not to set goals. When you set goals, you're going to actually be able to redeem the time. Instead of wasting time, you're going to be more motivated and focused, and you're going to accomplish more things. We also don't set goals because maybe we don't know how, or we don't know what kind of goals we should set. Well, we should take things that are important to us, priorities in our lives, things that we value, all right, put them in a place of priority in our lives and set goals for those things. So how do we overcome the fear of failure? How do we overcome some of these reasons or excuses of why we don't set goals? Well, I want to give you two keys. Number one is remember the vision. I want you to imagine what it would be like to have your finances the way that you want them. Imagine what it would be like to have your health the way that you would want it. Imagine, whether it's your relationships or your personal dreams, imagine the feelings that you would feel actually having the fulfillment of that. It's just, if you can grab a hold of that and just remember the vision, that alone will propel you into overcoming those obstacles, overcoming those fears or those excuses or reasons why you and I don't set goals. Number two goes right along with remembering, it's to write it down. Again, it says in Habakkuk chapter 2, we're to write down the vision. The same is true with goals. If you don't put it on paper, you probably won't accomplish it. There's something about actually putting it on paper, committing it to paper. One thing I love to do is I put it on my cell phone, my smartphone, I put it on my laptop, I put it on a few papers that I've printed out. I put it all over the place to remind me of the vision and to also kind of call me out, saying, all right, where am I in the middle of this process? Am I making steps towards my goals, or am I just kind of being stagnant? So two things to overcome some of the reasons why you and I don't set goals. Remember the vision. Remember the feeling. Kind of imagine that feeling that you're going to feel when you actually accomplish what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. And two, write it down. Allow it to be seen all over the place. Share it with friends. Put it out there on Twitter, Facebook. Allow there to be accountability so that help you to actually fulfill your end of the bargain, fulfill the demands that you're putting on yourselves in goal setting. So hopefully that helps you, and I really encourage you to set goals. All right. Next week I'm talking about how to stop procrastinating and how to overcome being a procrastinator. So make sure to join me next week. I'll see you then.